What's cracking, cousin? It's your favorite cousin Ken here at the Lighthouse ATL. This is the Divine Feminine headquarters, and yes, this is your favorite cousin Ken from the YouTube channel Can Be the Light. I know many of you are like, Ken, where you been? What's been going on? Well, I took 3 years off from work to work on myself. So no relationship, no job, no business, no nothing. Just strictly working on myself. And I have been guided to come back and help a powerful community of women that are deciding to do the same thing. No longer working hard, releasing all toxicity from your life, and connecting to your true divine feminine identity. I will be here every week, every Monday, with spiritual guidance for you ladies. I'm so excited to work with you, and congratulations to the new you. Hey cousin, it's your favorite cousin Ken at the Lighthouse ATL. Okay, so today I have a message for the women out there that are not with their children right now. Spirit has a very specific message for women out there that are dealing with this issue because it is very real, okay? It is very real, and a lot of times we're not hearing what it is that we need to hear as women because a lot of the times we are not in the position to hear what we need to hear, meaning that the people that are in your environment may not be giving you the information that you need. So I'm here to let you know what it is that you need to do and what it is that is going to free you from where you are right now. So a lot of times there are women that don't have their children for different reasons. There are many different reasons why a woman would not be raising her children. It could be because she doesn't feel like she can do it. She may feel as though it's too difficult to deal with the battle with the father, or she may feel like, her life is not in a position to have children in it. So let me tell you something, ladies. I have had to deal with this with many of women that I know because in my family, this is something that is common, okay? There are women in my family that have decided not to raise their children for different reasons. Now, what I want to let you know is that it is so much harder for you because you don't have your children. And that is the message, okay? I know that life is tough for you and it's hard to fight this battle, but I'm letting you know that it's even harder for you because you do not have your children. And I know that if you're struggling with getting them back, that's the last thing you want to hear because you're like, Ken, I know, I want to have my children. And in some cases, some women just feel like, look, I don't want to have my children. So it just depends on where you are. But for the women out there that want their children back, I know it's difficult for you to hear that. It's harder for you because you don't have your children, but that's the truth, okay? There are no people in this world that bring young people into this world and will be successful, all right? It doesn't matter if you're a man. It doesn't matter if you're a woman. If you have a child or you help to bring a child into this world, you are responsible for that child. If you decide for whatever reason that you do not want to be a part of this child's life, or that you will not get this child and be a part of this child's life, however way you do it, there is a great suffering that comes along with that. And many times there are people, especially women, that don't have their children and they honestly feel like they don't want to live. They feel like they don't want to live. They have addictions. Either they smoke or they drink or they, have all these unhealthy behaviors because of their decision. And I'm letting you know that on a spiritual level, there is a certain spirit that is attached to women that are making this decision. Now, I'm here to help you clear the energy. All right. I'm here to help you clear the energy. But first, you have to be able to identify the energy. You have to know that there is a spiritual attachment to that decision. Just like with every single decision that we make in life, cousin, there are going to be ways for negative entities and energies to enter into our life based off of the decisions that we make. And when we choose not to have our children, there is a certain entity or entities that have permission from Spirit to be able to attack you. I'm letting you know this because you need to know this, because a lot of the times, women, you feel like you can't get up, you can't do what you need to do, it's hard for you, you're suffering, but that's because you are going through a spiritual battle. All right. There are things that are happening in the unseen realm that are making it even harder for you because you don't have your children in your life. And this is the reason why you want to get those children back. Okay. You want to do the best that you can to get those children back, because the thing is, if you don't, then you will suffer. And there's so many women out here that are suffering. All right. They're addicted to drugs. They're addicted to alcohol. They're dating and having all this random sex with all these men and doing all these other things. Listen, these spirits are having a field day with you women. And I'm letting you know that, because you need to know that this is greater than you just not having your children. There is a spiritual battle for children not to be with their parents, especially not to be with their mother. And it is hard for us as women to take care of children, especially when you have to do it by yourself. Trust me, I know what it's like. I know what it's like to have a man there and help you. And I also know what it's like to raise children on my own. And it is very difficult. And for all of the women out there that are raising children on your own, I know how tough it is for you to do it. And I'm letting you know that you can do it too. All the women out there who are not doing it, you can do it too. Do not let anything in this world block you or stop you from having those children. You're responsible for them. All right? I know women in my life that have children and will be in a relationship with a man, but not taking care of their children. There is never going to be a day that a woman like that will have peace. There will always be a battle. There will always be struggle. There will always be conflict. There will always be torture for that type of woman that decides that she would rather be in a relationship and distract herself than to deal with what is happening and getting those children back in her life. Do you know that most people are suffering because of their issues with their mother? I'm not saying that the father's off the hook. We know that the fathers are out here doing what they're doing. Trust me, Spirit is dealing with them too. But as women, we have a certain responsibility for children because we actually bring them into the world. This is why they say mama's baby and daddy's maybe, because regardless of whatever happens, mothers are always held to the fort when it comes to this. Spirit doesn't play, because we have to make sure that we raise these children. And I know that there are people out there that will say that, children will be more successful and they're better if they're raised by their father. But let me tell you something. I don't know who wrote that statistic. I don't know who told that lie. Okay. I don't know. Because as far as I don't know anybody that has been raised by their father and their father has raised them better than a single mother. I don't know it. I'm not saying it don't exist, but I'm just saying that I know plenty of people in the world that have been successful and all they have was their mother. Me being one of them. Okay. I am the way that I am today because I had a mother that never gave up on me. Even though life was very hard for her. I tell y'all all the time. I tell y'all everything about me. My mother was in the foster system. She was a foster child, and her siblings were too. And my mother was abused all of her childhood. I cannot even fathom going through the things that my mother went through. Okay? Being tortured and abused your whole entire childhood, and then to turn 18 years old and thrown out into the streets and just get out, figure it out on your own. My mother could have gave up on me and my sisters and brothers. She could have did that because she had nobody, no parents, nobody. But what she said was, when she was going through all of that abuse and torture that she was going through, she heard Spirit telling her, she heard God telling her, just don't give up. You're going to make it through this. You're going to get through this. Don't give up. and she didn't. And if she would have gave up, then I wouldn't be here. So I'm letting you know that even though you're going through a tough time, don't give up. And that's the same thing my mother used to tell me when I was going through tough times. Don't give up. It's going to be tough for you. It's going to be hard for you. Life is not easy for you. But just know that it will get easier. You will come through this. Every negative experience must end. It's only a cycle. And it may feel like it's going to be like this forever, but it's not going to be like this forever. But there are those who come out on top of the situation. You can come out on top of this thing. You can be a victorious woman because of this experience. But if you feel like you are defeated, you cannot go back and get your children. You are not in a position to take care of your children. You can't be there for your children. Then what will happen is you will always feel defeated every single moment of your life. And if you've ever given up on your children and now you have your children back in your life, you know what I mean. You know what it's like to feel like you don't want to live because you don't have your children. You know what it's like to feel like you just can't make it because your child is not in your life. You can do something about it. Please don't feel like you can't do anything about it. You can. What you need to do, the first thing you need to do is start to focus on yourself. Look at yourself. Evaluate yourself. Start to be self-aware of your actions, your priorities. What are you doing every single day? What is most important to you right now? Because there are women out here that are in the club, all right? They got a man, they got a relationship, they got all these other things going on, they're going to work, and those things are more important. But coming to get their child is not important. Being a part of their child's life, they'll make an excuse. But it's only because of the pain you feel for not being adequate enough or feeling like you're not adequate enough to take care of your children. But you are. Because your children don't care if you have it all together. They don't care. Because I know that when we were growing up, baby, we struggled growing up. We struggled. We went through everything. I'm talking about not having lights on, not having gas, not having water. We went through all of that, okay? Growing up in poverty, come on now. We went through all of it. But one thing my mama always told us, we gonna go through it together. I'm not leaving you. I'm gonna be there with you. No matter what we go through, we're gonna go through this together. And there was a time when we came out of that struggle. So whatever it is that you're going through or whatever it is that you feel like you can't do for your children, trust me, you don't have to be perfect, but your children remember you walking away. They remember you not coming through, not being there for them. That hurts them. It hurts them. And it will hurt them for the rest of their life. Do you know that there are people in this world that are still suffering because of what their parents did and they're in their 50s and 60s? You see what I'm saying? And you might be a person like that. You might be even suffering because of what your parents did to you. But are you going to make a change? Are you going to do something different? The only way that you can make it, the only way that you can get those children back and live the life that you want to live, you have to start focusing on yourself. You got to be real with yourself and how you're showing up in your life. You have to allow Spirit to guide you, which means that that voice that's always telling you what to do and what you shouldn't do, you have to start following that voice. That is Spirit talking to you, knocking at the door, trying to help you. But if you continue to be the same way that you are, thinking the same way that you think, then that is going to destroy you. And it's going to destroy your children. And it's going to destroy their children. At some point, you have to make a change. Those children don't care if you live in a studio apartment. They don't care if y'all got to camp out in the backyard and get a cardboard box. They just want to be with you. There's nothing like it. There's nothing like knowing that your mother loves you enough to never give up on you, and just seeing her every day. If I didn't have nothing else when I was growing up, I could see my mama every day. And that was enough. Baby, even if we was, barely eating that day, okay? At least I know that we was together. I knew we was going to be together. I never thought that my mother would not be there in my life. You see what I'm saying? But for children out here that are dealing with the fact that their mother is on the opposite side of town, on the opposite side of the world, not a part of their life, that hurts them. That's a different type of pain. That's a different type of pain. And as women, we gotta eat that. We can't sit up here and act like it's everything else and everybody else. We gotta understand that if our children are not in our life every single day, regardless of whatever reason we come up with, it's our fault. As a divine feminine takes responsibility for everything in her life, because she has the power, or she will have the power to correct it. But how will you be able to correct something if you feel like it's not your fault? You don't have anything that you can do. You do have things that you can do. The number one thing you can do is start following Spirit. If Spirit is guiding you to work on yourself and get yourself together, don't think that you can't do that simultaneously while taking care of your children. Because there are women out there, and these are the women that I'm talking to. The women that say, I need to have my life together first. I don't have everything together to have my children with me. Are you really doing everything you can do to get your life together? Or do you have distractions in your life? If you have distractions in your life that are keeping you away from your children, you're not doing everything that you can do to get your children back. Because you have these blockages. You have these distractions. And listen, I'm a spirit guide. I am here to help you. But there is no way that I can help you unless we keep it real. We got to keep it 1,000. If you smoking and drinking and partying every day, and you got children on the other side of the world that need you, listen, your main priority when you wake up in the morning should be focusing on bettering yourself so you can get your children back. And I'm not saying, things can't happen to where your children are taken away from you and it's unjust and all these things. That happens all the time. But I'm here to let you know that can't nobody take a child from you. Spirit gave that child to you. If that child came through your body into this world, you are responsible for that child. And that means that there is no man, there is no person, there is no circumstance that can stop you from being there and being a part of that child's life every single day. That's Spirit. This is coming from Spirit. But if you allow it, if you say, I can't have this child because I don't want to fight this battle, I don't want to do this, it's too much for me, then understand that the result of making that decision, it is going to be a very hard life. It is going to be very difficult. At the Divine Feminine Headquarters, we're going to keep it real. Because at the end of the day, we will not heal and we will not become better unless we start keeping it real with ourselves. A lot of women are not aware that their actions are affecting people negatively, and they're not aware of it. And Spirit will allow that veil to be over your eyes, because guess what? As long as you want to live like that, you have the free will to do so. You can do whatever it is that you want to do in this life. Nobody's going to force you. Nobody's going to knock on your door and tell you what to do. You got the free will to become better or to destroy yourself. You can do whatever you want to do. But a lot of times as women, we're making decisions and we're unaware of what we're doing because, number one, we're spiritually disconnected, which we all are born spiritually disconnected. We all are born into darkness. Nobody is connected to Spirit when we come here. because we have a responsibility to do what it takes in order for us to be back in the presence of spirit. Because in the beginning, we did what we wanted to do, and we're still doing what we want to do. So, if we want our lives to change, if we want things to get better, then we have to submit, not to a man. Throw the man out of your mind. We have to submit to Spirit, our Creator, so that we can be raised, so that we can be shaped, so we can be taught. You don't have to have a mother or father to teach you how to be you. Your Creator that created you, the Spirit of all, knows what you need, knows how you should look, knows where you should live, knows everything about you down to every single hair on your head. Connect to the Spirit, because this is a call for you. And I know it seems very serious. It's like this energy is so serious because this message needs to be heard. We're not having this type of conversation because people are talking about people behind their back. People will talk about a woman that's not taking care of her child behind her back. The family, the friends, everybody's whispering, ooh, she don't have her children. Ooh, she's out here doing this and that. She don't have her children. Look at her. Doing all these other type of things and her children. Look at, they're whispering behind your back. They ain't gonna tell you to your face. But I'm your cousin. I ain't got nothing to lose or gain. I'm gonna tell you to your face what it is. You need to do everything you can do to get them children back if you want to have a successful life. And then some women just say, you know what? I give up on life. And you know what it is? That spirit defeating you, taking you down. Because if you ever get up on your feet, the power you will have, you'll change many lives, thousands. And that's what you don't understand. That's what you don't understand. It's greater than you. This situation is greater than you. It's greater than your children. See, my mother, even though, like I told you, she was always there for us. She always took care of us. But my mother went through hell. She went through hell. In order for me to be here, she went through all types of hell for me and for my sisters and my brother. But there came a point in time in her life where she just got tired. She got tired. And I get it. I understand it. Because I get tired too. You get tired as a woman. You get tired because you have to deal with so much. And on top of that, you have to deal with the men that are supposed to protect us that are doing the exact opposite, abusing us and mistreating us because they're spiritually disconnected. They don't know. They don't know how to treat you as a woman because they don't know how to even treat themselves. They are suffering. These men, we have to understand, they are going through hell. They have been through so much in their life. They can't be everything for you. And women are living in this false reality that they're going to meet this man that's going to come into their life and save them, make their life better. How? How is this man going to come into your life and make your life better when all the things that he's been through in his life, with everything he's been through? He needs your support. You are the anchor and the healer of the family. So for us as women to believe that the man is going to come in and make our lives better, it doesn't even make sense when we are created with the ability to heal and to nurture and to support. He needs that. So in order for him to take care of you and give you what you need, guess what you have to do? You have to be what you need to be for him. But women out here trying to buy a man, trying to floss and flex, trying to, be this woman that looks feminine, but you don't have that feminine healing energy. Stop wasting your money and stop wasting your time. Because you can look as good as you want to look. And you can have as much as you want to have. But I promise you, every single man you get with, he's not going to stay. And the reason why he won't stay is because what he needs from you, you don't have it. Women, we have to understand that working on ourselves and healing ourselves is greater than us. Everything that you want, this relationship that you want and all that, is on the other side of you loving yourself. It's on the other side of you nurturing yourself and taking care of yourself. But you gotta go in the darkness. And that's what women don't want to deal with. Trust me, I used to drink every single day. I was the one looking for the liquor store to open up, baby, at 10:30 in the morning. What time the liquor store open? Okay. I smoked cigarettes for years. I smoked weed for even longer. Okay? I know what it's like to be in the depths, in the darkness of that. You know what I'm saying? Because I didn't want to feel, but I didn't know that. I wasn't conscious or connected to myself to know that the reason why I had these habits was because of my life experience, how I felt, and that was my way of coping what I've been through or what I was going through. And it wasn't until I said, you know what, I'm going to change my habits. I'm going to make a difference. I'm going to start, slowly, of course, stop doing certain things. Then it's like Spirit allowed me to see more of myself. And the more I started denying myself and stopped doing these certain things and stopped going on dates and being in a relationship with men, doing that, the more I stopped doing that, the more I could see. And I'm telling you, every time you decide to discipline yourself, you become closer and closer and closer and closer to Spirit. And there is no way in the world that you won't get every single thing that your heart desires. You will have everything. But it starts with you. It starts with you taking care of you. It starts with you paying attention to what you're doing and making adjustments. And that's all we're here to do. As souls, we're here to grow and evolve. We're here to learn. And we learn through life experiences, difficult life experiences. This is how we learn. But we're only here to make observations, okay? Make the observation, check it out, what is going on, and then make adjustments. If you don't have your children and you're focusing on the observation that you don't have your children, we already got that part down, okay? We already know. That's the issue. Now we need to make some adjustments so that we can get them back. And I promise you, once you start making adjustments and you start healing and working on yourself, there will be no man or nothing that will be able to stand in your way unless you give up. But I'm going to tell you exactly like my mama told me, don't give up. Don't give up on them. Don't give up on yourself. I don't care what it looks like. I don't care how much money a man can have. I don't care how he threatens you. I don't care what you have to go through. I don't care where he's at and where you're at. Don't let nothing stop you from getting those children and having those children in your home with you every single day until the day that they are prepared and ready to move out. They need to be with you. They need to be in your presence every day. And even if they have to watch you grow, my children have watched me grow, cousin. They watch me go from being the woman I was just telling you about that was out partying and hanging out and kicking and doing all that. They watch me transform from being her to being this mother that's home every single day. When they come home from school, I'm right here. I'm not at work. I'm right here. But you want to know how I'm able to do this? It's because I'm connected to Spirit, and Spirit takes care of me. My Creator provides for me. I believed it when I heard that I needed to do better with myself. I believed that there was better for me. And whatever Spirit was guiding me to do from within, trust me, it comes from within. It sounds like your voice. It sounds like your ideas, but that is Spirit guiding you. I just followed the guidance. That's all I did. When I was guided to stop doing certain things and putting myself on certain fasts and, detox and doing all these other type of things, then I was actually connecting to Spirit. I didn't know that. I just knew that I needed to do better. And so I started doing better. And as a result, now I can live in that peaceful life that Spirit wants us all to live in as women. As women, we didn't come here to be stressed out. And you don't have to wait to be married to a man before you live this peaceful life. You can live a peaceful life before he even comes. And in fact, I believe that before any man even shows up in your life, you should be at peace. Your home should be straight. You should have everything you want. You should look the way you want to look. You should have whatever it is that you need because you're connected to Spirit. So any man that comes into your life, listen, you getting ready to give this man something that he ain't never had before. He's never had what you're about to give him. And it's not because you're giving it to him from yourself. See, women are trying to give from their own heart. I'm not giving a man nothing from me. I don't got nothing to give you. Everything I got for me is for me. But everything I give to a man, Spirit is giving me something to give to him. His Creator gives me what I need to give to him. And I want him to be connected to Spirit so he can give me what Spirit got for me. I don't want nothing from him. You shouldn't want nothing from a man because we are human. Of course, we're spirits, but we're in human bodies. So human bodies are flawed. We're not dependent on each other in these codependent relationships. That's not what it is. It's all about working on ourselves, connecting to Source so that we can be everything that we need to be here in this planet, on this planet, and doing what we need to do. Women, we got to raise up because when we raise up, we're going to raise up humanity. We are going to be the one that is going to make a difference in the world. But we have to put ourselves first. That's why we put ourselves first. Because when you put yourself first and you start working on yourself, you become one with Spirit. And there's nothing that can block you. There's nothing that can stop you. I'm telling you, people will think you are a freaking magical woman. But it's not magic. It's Spirit. And being connected to that flow, you receive everything that you need. When we are disconnected from Spirit, we are disconnected from what we need. So guess what we got to do? Go out there and work hard. And this is for men and women. We got to work hard. When we're disconnected from Source, then we have to work hard because we don't know that everything we need is already provided for us. But when we live in the system of the world says you need to go to work for it. That's like charging me for water. You're charging us for fruit? Excuse me. Because y'all know I'm funny, okay? But that's what Orlando Brown said, okay? Charging us for something that belongs to us? What? No. I'm not going to work hard for something that's mine. And you have to know what's your birthright. You don't know. And you don't know who you are. You don't know how much Spirit loves you. You don't know. And rightfully so. Because you've been through so much in your life. It's hard to believe that you're loved after everything that you've been through. But one thing I can guarantee you, and I know this from my own experience, that no matter how far down you go in the darkness, the same Spirit, the same force, the same God that took you down there can bring you out. But you got to believe it. And you got to trust and you got to follow and you have to be obedient. And I don't like to say the word obedient because it has like this religious little feel to it or whatever. But it is what it is. When Spirit calls, when you're getting those nudges and downloads and all this guidance from Spirit to correct yourself, it's time for you to correct yourself. Because it's time for you to get in alignment. And if your children are not in your home, then they're out in the world unprotected. And if you're out in the world disconnected from Spirit, then you're out there unprotected. And these men can just have their way with you. A lot of them have a lot of negative entity attachments. They know it. And it ain't just them. A lot of women, just like I told you, a lot of women too. A lot of women don't know that they have these negative entity attachments. They don't know. They feel like these thoughts are their thoughts. How they're moving is, how they're moving. But listen, we don't blame negative forces, okay? We're past that. That's religious. We're not on that time, okay? We are conscious and aware why they exist, because the Creator created them just as much, or just the same way that the Creator created us. And they have a purpose just like we have a purpose, all right? So when negative forces are attacking you, there is an entry for them to attack you. And this is what people are not talking about. There's a lot of talk, especially in the spiritual community, about spiritual attacks and people spiritually attacking them. What they don't recognize is that only way a person can spiritually attack you or entity can get to you is because your vibration is at the level where they can do that. Keep working on yourself. Elevate yourself. Loving yourself and loving all life and loving every experiences. Love is the cheat code. Hear me. Love is the cheat code. So whatever it is that you have to do to get into the energy of love, pray for it, ask for it, and allow the spirit of love to engulf you. So that every single situation, every single person, every single circumstance in your life will be rectified by the power of love. Okay? It will be corrected by the power of love. Oh, cousin, I love you so much. I love you so much. And I'm sending you love. Okay? You're going to make it through. You're going to make it through this situation. Everything in your life is going to be better. But you have to believe it. And you can't give up. You got to keep going. Pray for what you need. And if that means that you got to spend some time alone, it's worth it. It's worth it because you're never alone. Spirit is right there with you. But do what you got to do to get those children back. Because we have to start raising our children better. They have to see this transformation that you're going through. They have to see it so that they will know that it's possible. You don't have to pray and ask for their forgiveness. You show them that you have changed. You show them the power of spirit. You show them, and they will know. They will learn how to navigate through life by watching you. By watching you never give up. Now, I'm not talking about going out there making a lot of money, because there's a lot of women with money out there and they think that money is solving their problem. They are just dying inside. Inside, they are dying because they're not getting this. But I'm giving it to you because Spirit gave me to give it to you. All right? All right, cousin, I love you so much. Y'all let me know if y'all need me. I'm over at the Lighthouse. There are many resources for you. Join us in spiritual alignment class. If you're ready to get your life together, if you are ready to begin your transformation journey, join us in spiritual alignment class. You know, I'm always going to say that because that's what the Lighthouse is about. It's all about transformation. It's all about women supporting women. You have support here at the Lighthouse. You have everything that you need here at the Lighthouse. And let me tell you something. For every single woman that has struggled in my family and my bloodline, I am the one that will bring forth healing, not only for my family, not only for myself, for my daughters, for my nieces, and the women in my life, but I'm going to bring healing to this planet for every woman that is in my life. And that is what happens when you make it out of the darkness. The darkness that was meant to destroy your mother, your grandmother, you, your daughters, and every woman in your bloodline. When you make it out of that, you will change the life of millions. Don't give up. I love you. I'll talk to you soon. Bye. Hey, cousin. If you're interested in joining our powerful community of women supporting each other through our healing and transformation journey, make sure that you look for the Lighthouse ATL on all social media platforms. YouTube, TikTok, not on Instagram, but Twitter, LinkedIn, everywhere else. look for the Lighthouse ATL, okay? You do not have to do it on your own. We are done with these solo dolo missions, okay? We're going to work together. We're going to heal together. We're going to cry together. We're going to laugh together. We're going to travel together. Listen, join our level up movement, and I will see you soon. Bye.